All right, welcome to Reverend Big John's Backyard Barbecue. Today we are smoking, man. We are smoking up a whole bunch of stuff. One of the things about me, when I smoke, I like to put a lot on the smoker because I don't do it oftentimes. Not enough to really run a barbecue channel, but if I did, I most certainly would. We're gonna smoke some baby back ribs. We're gonna smoke some short ribs. And got a brisket. What? Anyway, welcome to Reverend Big John's Backyard Barbecue. Always giving on to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Without him, none of these things are possible. First thing we're gonna do though is take care of these here baby back ribs. Now, they've been marinating overnight, seasoning, got a bunch of little things that I put on it. I don't tell y'all what I be putting on stuff, but let me just tell you, it's seasoned right. But now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to coat them and re-season them. How about that? Actually, let's flip over. Flip over, take some mustard. Now you can really put anything on a rib. You can put mustard, ketchup, barbecue sauce, sriracha, anything you want to put on it to kind of coat it and get it all in there. Because pretty much what you want it to do is just provide something to be adhesive, to stick to, the seasonings to stick to. I'm just going to flip it now. We're gonna bring out some Old Bay. And we're gonna coat it, man. We're gonna coat the rib. Then I need some, I'm looking for some cayenne. Where my cayenne at? Cayenne. Got to have some heat. Yeah, let's go a little jerk seasoning. See, what I'm trying to tell y'all is, yeah, everybody got like magics and secrets and all that other kind of stuff. You can put whatever you want on the rib. Season it however you want. You can season it, mint, anything. Salt, pepper, it's whatever your taste is like, whatever you feel like you want. But let me just tell you this, if you're gonna coat it, coat it. And if you strictly just want smoke and the meat, just throw some salt and pepper on it and call it a day. If you got a good cut of meat and you smoke it the right way, it'll talk to you, I promise you. All right. While I'm preparing everything else, I'm getting some juice inside the drip pan. All right, welcome back. Reverend Big John's Backyard Barbecue. We got a nice brisket here. This brisket has been marinating, folds well. All right, we are back in effect. We're getting ready to throw these ribs on. Now, while I was gone, I finished putting the rest of my secret seasonings on my ribs. You know I can't show y'all everything. Something has, and those who have had my ribs, they know what's up. They know when a rib get a hold of something. They know when they had one of my ribs. There we go. All right, so, you know, if you're gonna have a show, you still got to do some more instruction, right? So that's why we still got these ribs. The other stuff I did last night, These ribs, this is the first time I'm smoking the beef ribs. It's hard to get this size and this type, but BJ's started carrying them. And so since they got them, we gonna smoke them. Normally I had to smoke the short ribs and the singles and individuals. So never done a whole one before, but let's get into this. Let's get some cold water, not hot water, but cold water here. Give them a little rinse. What you want to do now is take off this silver, this meat, this fat cap, this silver. So that's why you got to have a sharp knife. Sharp knife, go through, and you want to trim all this fat off. Man, there's a membrane you can pull off. A lot of time people keep the membrane on just to keep the stuff intact, but let's take off this first layer of membrane. I bet y'all ain't know this much work go into barbecuing and smoking and all that kind of stuff. Y'all just get over somebody's house and jump on it. And if you wonder why it can cost so much, it's part of the process, the preparation, the meat, the cut. This is USDA choice. You only want choice of prime. Anything else, you don't want it. So, there you have it. Good marbling, nice chunk of beef rib. Now you want to season it. So we always gonna hit both sides. So we want to really keep this simple, right? Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper. That's all we really need. Like I said, what this does is just help the seasoning to stick. So whatever you put on it, instead of it flying all over the place, it stays in place. You know, like sticky barbecue on your fingers. Salt, pepper, coarse ground black pepper. Sprinkle. Y'all be sprinkling light. Go ahead and coat that thing up. Get you a nice bark, nice crust. Because one good thing about a good smoke is it's good to bite into some good bark as well. The meat is going to be in there, it's preserved, but that good crunch on the outside, that nice shell, yeah, it'll speak volumes to you. You're smacking them lips. Wow, and there you have it. One seasoned short rib to go. One seasoned short rib to go. Pick up. Better put it on here. Let this sit while I prepare number 2. 2 beef rib. Pick up. Ain't nothing like that smoke rising. It's got to come out. Just when you get all smoky. There you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, brisket on the bottom, 3 baby backs, and 2 beef ribs. Now I got room for a whole ham or a pork shoulder, turkey, anything, but we're gonna roll with this today. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that's a beautiful thing right there. That is a sign of perfection waiting to happen. It's the only thing about these type of smokers, they fluctuate. You know, I've been looking at those new pellet smokers and, you know, different things that you kind of put that temperature on, 250, and that fan, you want to keep it right there at 250. That's ideal, man, but them things are expensive. But, man, you get what you pay for. If the finished product is worth it, then you got to put out some of that money. You know, find what works, right? Find what works for you. Keep trying different combinations till you find the one. Even with this, you know, when you're smoking, you're cooking up, and you got ribs and things like that. Just keep trying something till you find what works for you. You know, anybody can be a smoker, you know, but it takes a lot of love to go into it and really make it work. You know, people cook fast and meat is tough and all kind of different things take place when you don't throw the love into it. You know, taking the time to trim the meat and, you know, cut off what you don't need, the fat caps and all that other kind of stuff. All of that makes a difference, you know, and then adding some imagination or some creativity. You know, nobody's season quite has to be the same. I got some secrets that I use, and, you know, to me it helps bring out that pop in my meats, and, you know, make you want to smack your mama after you start eating. Just make sure your mama ain't nowhere near you. We're going to come back, check on it, spritz it. You know, I spritz it with a liquid solution. I say a liquid solution because, once again, I put different things in mine. You can put whatever you want in there, though. You can put apple juice, you can put orange juice, you can put Coca-Cola, you can put root beer. It depends on what you want to put, man. I mean, this whole thing is really up to your imagination as a cook. Do what you want to do. You know, you can try what somebody else has done, but experiment. Take the time to figure out what it is you like, what you want to see, what you want to get done, and do it. You know, just like in life, right? Everything ain't gonna work for everybody the same way. So you got to figure out what plan God has for you in this life, right? You can't do what everybody else do. Don't cover what your neighbor has. Work within your blessing, work within your means, work with what God gave you, and I guarantee you're gonna be successful, especially if you keep him centered in your life. Amen. Hey, this is Reverend Big John's Backyard Barbecue. We'll be back in about 2 hours to do a little spritz and see what's going on with our meats. We are back to spritz. See how things are coming along pretty good. Let that smoke initial heat come out. Spritz up our meat. It's cooking good. It's actually at 225 versus 250. I'm gonna leave it there for a minute. Slow and good is always good. Let's get to the back. All right, we are just about 6 hours in, cooking it low and slow at about 225. There you go. We'll leave them on for the last 2 hours. Take a look at it. And beef ribs are coming along nicely. Time to wrap the brisket up. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Reverend Big John's Backyard Barbecue baby back ribs. See that bounce right there? Do you see that bounce? There you have it. See that juice right there? See that? I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's take a bite. That's good. Look at that, y'all. You see that? You see that juice? You see it? All right. It's been all day. 10 hours later, 12 hours, something like that. I don't even remember. But here we go. There is the brisket. Well, for some reason, the brisket didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to. For some reason, it was tight. I don't understand. The temperature was right, slow, steady and slow and low, and anywhere between 225 and 250, which is a real slow temperature. I don't get it. So it could be the cut of meat or something. I'm not quite sure, but it's not as tender. It's, like I said, it's tight, and so. Got to show you the good with the bad. How about that? Last thing we got left, so the baby backs turned out good. The brisket was a little tight. Now we have the beef ribs, and they resting right now. All right, so far we 1-1. Let's see what this here beef rib looks like. Everything looks right. The bark looks right. The temperature was right. Just come down. Let's take a look at that. There's the juice. Come here, babe. That's what the other thing was supposed to look like there. So we'll go on the top here and try this one. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Probably still could have been juicier. I think that thermometer that I'm using is not right. Because I could have been pulled these off. but it is tasty. They are good. These are big, juicy beef ribs. So, it's Reverend Big John, Backyard Barbecue. Always remember. I don't know what to say to remember because I don't do this one. Just keep God first and keep grilling and chilling. Anyway, I'm out.